EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the defending NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. Out of the end zone, it's Tutu Atwell. And he returns this to the 22. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
12, 11, MT, take.
Now the 4th-year man, it's Cam Akers. And a short pickup to about the 25. You look at this Eagle defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. 2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
12.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Fielded just inside the 30. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The all-everything defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, the one who made the play there.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Throwing is Hurts. And his throw is going to be incomplete. DeAndre Swift, the intended receiver that time. But now it's 3rd down. You talk about this Rams defense. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Hey, let's find out who our playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offensive move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
11, 11 Thomas. 11 Mighty. 11 Mighty.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Rams at a disappointing 0-4 through the first month of the year. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Here we go.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
11 Mighty. 11 Mighty. 11 MT. 11 MT. Stop.
Burrow will throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And now another one thrown incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
This is brought in at the 21. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On the give, here's McBride. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Here's Hurts to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
But you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
12, 11.
Burrow looking to pass. Steps away to his left. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here we go.
2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the 1st quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Here we go.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
11 MT, Kate. 11 MT.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
12, 12, 12.
Here's Burrow. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the 1st. They get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Nice run and some new digs for Swift, the biggest name to be dealt during this year's draft. Had some tough times in 3 years with the Lions, but the good news for him, he's now in Philadelphia and knows exactly how to get the most out of a versatile runner.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball.
There he goes, right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. So after a scoreless 1st quarter, our first score of the game here in quarter number 2.
And it comes on a great run too, Brandon, because once he got past that first wave, how about how he kicked it into high gear, able to outrace defenders all the way to the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Atwell now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
1-1, ready?
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed. Now Ball loses the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, first and goal. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Here's Swift, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. T. Higgins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Elliott on for the extra point.